Welcome back to Tarot by the Bay. I'm David. All right. Abortion. Women's reproductive rights. That was basically the mandate of the 2024 election. And if the election results are to be believed, clearly women didn't care about their rights. Yet another reason not to trust the election results. I find it stunning that women wouldn't have voted for their reproductive rights over a red baseball cap. Just saying. But currently, operating in a vacuum of an absence of any news that there's going to be any challenges to this election, that we are going to have to just deal with this. And I'm sorry. I'm not trying to be a defeatist, but right now, with no glimmer of hope coming from anyone, the reality is we're going to have to deal with this. Something could happen in the next couple weeks, because it damn well better happen before states start certifying their elections. Trump was saying that he wants abortion rights with the states. However, that doesn't mean there isn't going to be a push for a federal abortion ban. And so I want to read on, will there be a push for a federal abortion ban? And if there is, will he sign it? Entertainment purposes only, and I don't think anybody right now is particularly entertained by this shit show that we're calling the United States these days. But hey, it's our country, right? What do we got? The question is, it's going to be a two-part. The first one is, will there be a push for a federal abortion ban? Foundation of the reading is the Two of Cups. Trump center, Republicans, Democrats, but I think it's not so much Republicans, Democrats, blue and red as it were, as much as the Heritage Foundation and Project 2025 is viewing the Trump administration as their permission to enact some of the more horrific policy suggestions. So there's it's kind of like an agreement that we're going to try this, would be my guess. Yeah. They basically striking while the iron's hot, and they're keeping quiet about it right now. There's not a whole lot of advertising with it, but yeah, there's going to be a big push for a federal abortion ban. In the past, you got the Ace of Swords. They feel like because they got Trump elected, it's a mandate for Project 2025, despite the fact that Trump has said up and down, left, right, and center that he has no idea who Project 2025 is or what it's about or anybody who's on it. Yet he's appointing a bunch of people who made Project 2025 to his cabinet into government positions. So which side of him talking out of both sides of his mouth do you believe? The answer is you shouldn't believe a damn thing he says about anything. Except when he self-snitches, which he does a lot. Current situation is the Two of Coins. It's kind of a question of when do they want to unroll it. It may not be the top it may not be a top agenda item. There's other things they want to do first. It'll be a high visibility agenda item when they do it. And it might also be, do they need to do it? In other words, we said, they talked about doing it because it gets the evangelicals all frothy, but they're in power now. And they may never leave power. So do they even need to do this? I guess it just depends on how much they want to take away women's rights. But doing so, putting a federal ban in would reduce states' autonomy, which is really funny because the Republican Party for decades has been talking about state autonomy because they know they could divide the country at the state level, that their programs aren't popular on a federal level. So, it's kind of like it's not even a 6 one way, half dozen the other. It's, do we really want to do this and undermine all these states' rights that we have? The overarching energy of it, it's women and health. I don't know why they feel the need to assault women in their healthcare decisions and women with children. I don't know why they feel the need to do it. It doesn't compute to me, but it seems like their whole goal is to control women and children. And by controlling women and children, somehow they will control society. I don't understand why it works that way, but it works that way. And I keep forgetting there's a chocolate bunny there. I wonder if that means sometime around Easter they unroll something like this. Wouldn't that be ironic? The lesson to be learned is the Seven of Wands. The fight is still there. Whether they're going to be fighting to get this through or we need to fight to push back on this. This isn't going to go unchallenged if they try and do this. And it could be that there's enough Republican and Democratic House members to push back on this to prevent this from going in, from being enacted. Outcome is the Judgment card. I still think they're going to do it. They're going to do it. Mum's the word right now, but I think they're going to try and push it through. They want to. It would be like them to push it to a vote so that you know who voted for it and who voted against it, so that the evangelical mobs can go after the Republicans who didn't support this and then primary them in their next election. And make sure that any Republican that's going for an election in 2026 toes the evangelical party line of a national abortion ban. Assuming one isn't enacted prior to that. Again, this is working on the timeline that Donald Trump is inaugurated into office, and there's no challenges to any of the elections from the president through Congress. Okay. Yeah, they're gonna the Judgment card is the outcome. Yeah, they're gonna put it to the people, as it were. So, will the Trump administration try and impose a federal abortion ban? Let's just do a 4-carder on that one. Will they try and do it? The Hanged Man. If they do, it's kind of suicidal. Let's see. King of Swords. 8 of Coins, got healthcare. Pair of Kings. Page of Pentacles. If they do it, it's funny though. It's kind of like they know if they do it, it's a bad idea, but they can fundraise off of it. They can make a lot of money by trying to do that. Send us money as we try and force this healthcare thing. It's like the grift never stops. He's not even running for re-election anymore, and he would still be going after money. Now, here's the interesting flankers are the King of Swords and the King of Cups. Are we talking about a patriarchy here? Historically, my Biden and Jack Smith cards, but that's... If there was an investigation into Trump, maybe it doesn't happen because there's an investigation into him, but we have to just assume that there's not going to be one. Now, this could be on a timeline that it never gets to there because Biden didn't step down and Jack Smith's going after Trump. That would be one way to look at it, but that timeline seems to be a jump. In the actual question, will they actually try and do it? It's like they're threatening to do it to raise money for it, but they know it would be a bad idea if they did. It doesn't make sense. But you might do it just to placate people. I think they want to raise money off of it, but I don't think they actually... Who am I kidding? This is Trump. He's transactional. King of Swords. King of Cups. Would he do it? Absolutely he would. Would he raise money off of it before doing it? Yes, he would. So, yeah. Sorry, you're saying, well, I don't need being intuitive to say that. Yeah, I get it. The thing is, I keep forgetting that Donald Trump is transactional. The reality is, if there was no money involved in it, and he was just looking at the popularity of things, he wouldn't do it. But there's money involved. And, he'll do it, but you owe me. It doesn't matter that he gets paid for it. To him, it's like, I'll do it, but I'm going to raise a lot of money off it, and you're going to owe me favors for me doing this. It's kind of like that. And with those king cards, it's also like the patriarchy pushing back on the divine feminine. Pushing back harder. How much does the divine feminine really want women's rights? And how much do we really want the age of Aquarius to come in? This is really annoying. I don't like this, not even a little bit. Somebody was talking about free will and people imposing their free will on others. It was probably Susan. I think she's the only one I've listened to recently. I'm greatly offended when other people's free will because trampling on mine, especially with this election, when it seems like the majority of the people in the United States' free will is that we want women's health care and women's rights, and we don't want fascism. But because a couple of people's free will, like Elon Musk, seems to trample over our free will, we have to go around it. That's a bunch of crap, if you ask me. And should I cross, and when I cross, believe me, I've got some words for Spirit and the Almighty about this whole free will business. My free will doesn't seem to trample anybody else's. How come theirs gets to trample mine? Anyways, in my dictatorial world that I would live in that dystopian society, we will never get to find out because I'll never get to be in charge. Anyways, thank you very much for watching this video and supporting my channel. I appreciate it. I'd like to be in charge. I would be a dark god. I'm sure of it. You think Donald Trump's vindictive? Oh, honey, he doesn't hold a candle. Anyways, sorry, Dark David there for you. Thank you again for watching this video and supporting my channel. I appreciate it. These readings are for entertainment purposes only, but I do hope you find them insightful, and I'll catch you on the next video. Take care.